Hello and welcome to my channel, Siriana Tarot. This is going to be a reading for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. This reading is from November 26th when we have the new moon in Sagittarius until December 26th when we have the new moon in Capricorn. Sagittarius is a fire energy ruled by Jupiter, so this is a great time to go on an adventure and explore with your heart. Sagittarius is the I Master energy of the zodiac. So this reading will explore what you need to initiate to bring yourself to a higher level of authority or understanding about the world around you. It's a great time to search for truth, to find peace of mind, to travel, to find freedom, adventures. It's a great time to tackle legal issues, have faith and optimism, and find solutions in overcoming excess. In particular, overthinking, overdrinking, overeating, overanalyzing, anything that you can do to excess. Now is a great time to temper that. Now, this is a new moon spread that's meant to identify your intentions for the upcoming cycle. This will show you what you need to learn in order to cultivate and eventually manifest those intentions during the full moon in Gemini or the next new moon, which is in Capricorn on December 26th. I'm going to pull 5 tarot cards, and look at that, we have Temperance at the bottom and the 3 of Wands, so lots of fire energy coming through for you guys. 5 tarot cards with reading the bottom card, the energy card, the overall energy, and then at the end of the reading, I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you guys. I just want to give you guys a huge thank you for being on this journey with me. I love you so much. So thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Also, I'm going to ask that while I'm shuffling the cards and while I'm doing the reading, you guys give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment and share if and only if that's something that you like to do. All right, so now I'm going to stop yammering on and let's get on to this reading. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Spirit, angels, ancestors, loved ones who have passed, and spirit guides. What messages does Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs need to hear for the new moon in Sagittarius? What messages does Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs need to hear for the new moon in Sagittarius? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What messages does Capricorn need to hear for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs in Capricorn for the new moon in Sagittarius? Okay. Yes, Capricorn, your overall energy is the 10 of Cups. This is happiness. This is family. This is finding your soul tribe, people who are of a like mind. This is love. This is abundance. Your emotions are, your cups are overflowing with emotion and happiness and abundance and lots of unity. I love all of the stars in the sky. This is the after tarot, so it shows us what would happen a few seconds or a minute after the regular images that we're accustomed to in the Rider-Waite decks. Now, your own energy is showing up right underneath that Capricorn card, the Devil, which is all about life experience. And if you look at it backwards, the Devil spells lived. So Capricorn, I definitely think you've been through a lot to get to this point, or you're going through a lot, but you will eventually get to this complete happiness. We have the Page of Pentacles underneath that, more Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. And this is all about that beginner mind, somebody who's an amazing study, somebody who, takes copious amounts of notes, lots of notes, crosses all their I's, dots all of their T's, pays attention to the teacher or the teachings. The only thing that they lack is that life experience. So they've got all their notes in order, they've got their binders together, the little plastic inserts, everything's, all neatly arranged here. Okay, and underneath that, okay, we do have definitely, you may have experienced some delays. There may have even been a little bit of a shakeup or a tower moment you may have experienced during Mercury in retrograde, which happened back on October 31st. And that may have caused a lot of delays and some frustrations. But I think you really kept at it like a good Capricorn would, and should. You know, you guys are very hardworking and very methodical, and that's oftentimes your biggest strength. And yeah, and with the Eight of Wands showing up is showing you that that's exactly what you did. You know, you kept your eye on the prize and the mark no matter what was going on around you. There may have been, you might have felt like there were some missed opportunities during this Mercury retrograde period, which again, remember, is a time of second chances. And it can also feel like our progress is stalled, but it's really a great meditative time, and it's actually a blessing, time to heal and clear anything that we may have missed beforehand. And I get that you did that. You were studious, whatever this might be, whether it was improving a relationship, whether it was an actual course. You may be taking an online course, you may be taking, you know, a course at a community college or at university, or something to better yourself, or it's just in the school of life, but working through it methodically. All right. And you're using also all of your life experience. Some of you may be detoxing. That may be changing your eating habits, behavioral patterns. It may be also getting out of a toxic relationship. But all of that information and all of that knowledge is going to lead you to the culmination of a cycle where you're going to bring in happiness and abundance, Capricorn. Really nice energy. Now, right now, where you are, you have the Nine of Swords coming out, and this is Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius energy, and you have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces coming out here as well. This Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, this is somebody who is exhausted, somebody who may be having bouts of anxiety and depression, or having issues with sleep. But I actually really like this card too, because it's all about paying attention to your dreams. And I'm getting right now, I'm getting like really like Archangel Michael, and I'm getting fighting the dragon, and I'm getting that you might be doing a lot of battle, you might be doing a lot of dream work. So for those of you, I'm getting one or two of you maybe keeping a dream journal, but Spirit is telling me right now it's really important to pay attention to what's going on in your dreams, because that is the universe, your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides, all of them communicating with you. Okay, I mean, it does represent a bit of exhaustion, but I'm not really getting that for you guys right now at the moment. I'm getting that you are slaying some beasts at nighttime. And if you can just sort of take those as symbols and sort of unpack those and see how that works for you in your everyday life. Now, something that's holding you back or blocking you from growing, or what you need to leave behind, the Hierophant is some sort of contract. So again, it could be a marriage, it could be a work contract, something that you're bound to, that, you know, and it could be actual like judicial system type contract, or it can be just a verbal contract that you have with someone or yourself. But remember that, you know, sometimes you have to go back and you have to revise contracts that you make with people or with yourself as you change and as you evolve. Okay, so what was okay with you a couple of years ago or even a couple of months ago might not still be okay with you, Capricorn. This is also Taurus energy, so you may be experiencing a blockage with a Taurus person, or you may have Taurus in your chart. This could also be a marriage if this resonates with you in a love relationship. It could be that, you know, you're married and you kind of want to get out of it, or you have your eyes set on somebody who is, you know, contractually obligated to somebody else. Okay. The Hierophant also represents spirituality, but also it also, more than anything, it represents sort of that, I don't want to say commonplace, but traditional spirituality and traditional belief systems. And so you might have been raised in a family where traditional like Judeo-Christian beliefs or Muslim beliefs were, you know, are sort of the foundation of your family and their belief system. And that may be something that, you know, doesn't work for you as you get older. That's just an example. Okay, because I'm not saying that those are bad by any means, but, you know, again, your belief systems change, and what you learned or what your parents taught you or how you were raised doesn't always fit who you are as an adult. Okay, so that might be something you have to leave behind, and be at peace with that. Okay, that's very, very normal. Okay, that you know, we change, we evolve. Now, the third card is, what intention should you set in order to grow? Well, the Hanged Man is all about surrendering to the possibilities, surrender to the miracles that Spirit is giving you, that has presented to you. This is also information here It's very sort of Neptunian, taking a step back, meditating, really sort of like, stop fighting, stop trying to move forward at this moment. Just pull back and try to get a different perspective so you can, the answers will come to you, or the answers will be given to you. And I feel like for some of you, a lot of that's going to come through dream work and or meditation. Okay, so visions, if you see visions during your meditations, that's where these answers are really going to come to you. I'm also getting that, Capricorn, you're not alone here, okay? Some of you may be teachers, some of you might be, or you might also be students here, because with the Page of Pentacles coming up and the Hierophant, I'm getting that some of you either are in the teaching profession or you guys are students of something. And the Hanged Man here, what I love about this is in the After Tarot, he is now being joined by someone. Okay, and she's coming to give him water and sort of like love and support him. And this is the universe saying that no matter what your journey, well, no matter what journey that you are on, you are never alone. You always have spirit. Spirit has always got your back. There may also be somebody very important in your life that always loves and supports you, and spirit is asking that you are grateful for them at this time. You may be married to somebody who's with you through thick and thin, till death do us part, that type of energy, okay? So what intentions I need to set in order to grow? Well, here we have the Eight of Swords. I love this Eight of Swords because it's really, really, I'm seeing somebody's taking care of you. And I feel like, yes, this is spirit, and you definitely have your angels, your ancestors, your spirit guides backing you and sort of helping you every step of the way. But this Eight of Swords energy, normally in the regular Rider-Waite deck, she's on her own, and she's in this very precarious, dangerous situation. She's got a blindfold. She can't see her way out. There's a lot of anxiety with, the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Swords. There's a lot of anxiety, depression. It's a lot of negative self-talk as well. So be careful how you're talking to yourselves. Make sure that you're focusing on things that make you smile and things that make you happy. That's gonna raise your vibration. Not to a point where you ignore every day. We have everyday problems. We're not gonna be happy all the time. But what I find really interesting here is what's happened here. She was sort of kidnapped and taken to this far off place. There's a lot of water underneath her. They're standing in these puddles, so it's a very emotional journey for you. The Hanged Man, also with this Neptunian energy, is always over water, so it's very emotional. It's an emotional time for you, Capricorn. And somebody is coming to your rescue. Now, again, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a person here, okay, that's sort of like filling you, that's giving you drink when you're thirsty, that's feeding you, although it very well could be for those of you who are in a partnership, that this person has really got your back if you had any doubts. And you might be going through a really tough time, facing exhaustion. You might be exhausted from overthinking, over drinking. You might be overworking, especially as the holidays come up, we're overspending and that sort of thing. Okay, and this Hanged Man energy, he's being helped by someone, and now she is being helped by him. Okay, and this person is coming to help them cut off the ties that bind and, help them move through this process. So this is this is the information you need in order to manifest your intentions. Remember that you are not alone, that you're always co-creating with spirit. But also I want you to be grateful for the people in your lives that are helping you with the day-to-day stuff, people that are helping you get out of dark times, people that might be helping you slay these dragons. Because there are very few of us who are singularly, completely, 100% alone. Now, if it doesn't resonate with you as an actual person, again, this is spirit reminding you, I'm always here to help you. I'm always here to help you get through the toughest times. All right. So as any sort of consolation, that you are not alone. Okay. And this is all about your happiness, Capricorn. So the positive energy that will emerge during this phase, here we have the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords often isn't, so we have 7, 8, and 9 of Swords. So I just want you guys to take a look at this progression here. There's definitely a cycle. I see it as a good thing, as an auspicious omen, as an auspicious sign. Okay, because we have 7, 8, and 9. Whenever I see numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, if it's 12:34 and I look at the clock, okay, or 1:23 or something like that. And also in the tarot, this is completing a cycle, or this is the phases in a cycle, but it's definitely moving onward. Okay, 7, 8, 9. and we're going clockwise here. This is a journey, Capricorn, that you are on, and it's a very, very learning based journey where your life experience, okay, where you may be learning to detach and get rid of negative behaviors, toxic behaviors. I'm getting that you get in your own way. Okay, Capricorn, I'm getting here that you get in your own way. There's negative self-talk. You overwork, you overthink. You're creating sort of anxiety, and you're kind of getting stuck in these lower vibrational energies. Now, the positive energy that's going to emerge is you're going to take what you've learned and nothing else, nothing more, nothing less, but you're going to take what you've learned and you're going to move on, because you need to move on. You need to move towards happiness. You're going to be leaving this toxicity behind. Okay, you're going to leave negative thinking behind, all of these dreams. I get that oftentimes you're getting these nightmares that are keeping you up, that are based on what's going on in your real life. And that comes from, oftentimes we work things out in our sleep. It's a natural way to sort of not only just to decompress, but really to sort of go through our day. All right. Others these are, for all of you, the messages that you're receiving in your dreams are very important. Okay. They have a lot to talk to you about, but the overall message is you kind of walking away. Now, there is a warning here. Be careful that you watch where you are stepping. Make sure that you're not walking into a trap. Make sure that there's no self-sabotage, because that's what I get. Make sure that you're not looking back and that you're looking forward. If you're looking back too much, you're focused on the past, and that leads to depression. If you're looking too far ahead, that leads to anxiety. Okay? So Spirit really, really wants you to stay in the present. And you can do that by invoking this Hanged Man energy, by surrendering, taking up some sort of spiritual practice, and whatever that might mean for you. For some of us, we find we can meditate, or, we can find our peace and decompress, etc., when we are working out. Or for me, it was, when I was swimming, or, so it doesn't necessarily have to be a meditation. It doesn't necessarily have to be yoga. It doesn't necessarily have to be prayer. Okay, but it can be any one of those things. Spirit is saying, this connection to spirituality, getting in touch with your higher self is going to be a priority here. All right. Now, I'm going to pull some energy oracle cards for you guys to see what additional messages Spirit has for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. What additional messages do you have for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs? All right, here we have indecision. So we have the 8 coming out nearly on top of the 8 of Swords. Yep, so you're going back and forth. You're not trusting yourself. I have this feeling like you can't seem to get in touch with your gut. Okay, here we have 2 and 5. That adds up to 7. And then we have the 7 of Swords card. This is all about deception and deceit. But I'm getting, Capricorn, that this is you. This is you deceiving yourself. This is you getting stuck in these negative behavior patterns that's really, really toxic for you. This is you saying, okay, I got this, I can do this, I can do it all by myself, and not realizing that you do have support around you to get through these sort of dark times, to help you make a decision. Now, it is of utmost importance here, okay, with the Hanged Man and with the Hierophant coming out, that you do find your inner peace, connect with your higher self, connect with Source, okay, so you can ground yourself, because you guys are an earth energy. Ground yourself so it will help you make a decision. But remember here that you're not alone, okay? And if you're sitting there thinking, I'm completely alone, I'm all alone, nobody's helping me, and things are getting worse and worse, okay, again, that's self-deception, and we have the 7 card coming out. We also have here financial constraints. So for a lot of you, whatever this might be, some of you might be going through a divorce or a separation, and you feel like, you feel the crush, that financial crush at the moment. It might also be a result of the holiday season. You might be very much so stressed about money, about buying gifts and that sort of thing. Or it just might be your job in general. You just might not be making enough money, and that's really doing your head in, because you feel like you just can't do what you need to do. But Spirit says you might be stuck a little bit too, you might be too stuck in the 3D. You might be too worried about material gifts and material items and how things look and what anybody else is doing. Okay, and that's not for all of you. But I am saying, but Spirit is saying that you try not to focus so much on the 3D. All right, and that comes clear that comes through here very, very clear. Hierophant with the Hanged Man coming out. You need to focus more on your spiritual side, Capricorn, okay, during the Sagittarius new moon. Now, because Sagittarius is a great time for travel and adventures and expanding your horizons, and getting a sort of bigger world view, seeing the big picture, I'm going to pull some Sacred Traveler Oracle cards for you guys. Okay. What other messages do you have for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the Sagittarius new moon? All right, surrendering to the journey. Capricorn, is that not what I was saying? I love the confirmation from Spirit. The Hanged Man, you need to surrender to the journey. You need to surrender to find answers. But remember, you are on a path to happiness, and each step you take, no matter what results it yields, they're part of you, part of your journey, and you can turn them into anything positive if you turn the good and the bad into learning experiences. So release control. Okay, release control. And also remember, you are co-creating with Spirit, and some of you have someone very important in your life who comes to give you drink when you're thirsty, comes to rescue you when you're sort of freaking out. Okay, somebody who really grounds you. And in the flow, everything is smooth sailing. Yeah, so you guys have to release control in order to let things flow. Get in the flow. This is Sagittarius. This is travel. This is freedom. This is adventure. Remember, this is I master. But some things you have to sort of release control of, okay, or over. Don't try to micromanage this. Okay, my dearest Capricorns, don't try to micromanage. All right. Additional messages for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Additional messages for Capricorn. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of a situation. Yet it's clear here you do definitely need to get the bigger picture, Capricorn, and try to, see things from a different perspective. That comes very, very clear with the Hanged Man. Relationships. I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good. Yes. And okay, if you guys are not currently in a relationship, again, with this Hanged Man card and with the Eight of Swords, somebody coming in to rescue you, I'm getting that you are going to meet somebody who's very, very important. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a romantic relationship. It doesn't, it doesn't have to be like a love relationship. It could be a soulmate of any kind. Soulmates come in the form of parents, children, siblings, animals, friends, okay, all of those things. But you're attracted to those people who serve your higher good. And you may have been previously attracted to people who weren't, okay? And because you were sort of vibrating at a lower level. But, that stuff is going to change for you, Capricorn. All right, let's go ahead and pull a final message for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the new moon in Sagittarius. Final message for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, new moon in Sagittarius. Oh, wow. This is the exact same card I pulled the first time I tried to do your reading, Capricorn. I'm sorry, I just screamed in your ear. But I had some technical difficulties, Cappies, with your first reading. But Dana, the High Priestess, she was the card that came out in the very end of your last reading. And you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. This is beautiful because the Hierophant card comes out as a spiritual teacher. There may be somebody, it may be that the student, okay, the student that we see here with this Page of Pentacles becomes the teacher, because now the devil spelled backwards, he has lived, and all of those experiences are super valuable, not only just to you, your personal growth and evolution, but to others as well. For others of you, you are teachers of some sort. You could be, elementary, middle, high school, college professors, doesn't matter. Or some of you are maybe coaches. Some of you might be life coaches, sports coaches, that sort of thing. But you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. Or, when the student is ready, the master arrives, and that may very well be you as well. So keep your eyes and ears open, my dearest Capricorns. I love you guys so much. This is a very powerful reading. I wish you guys the best in this new moon in Sagittarius. Please hit that like button, subscribe, comment, and share if and only if that's something you like to do. And remember that I love you so much, and I hope you have a beautiful new moon in Sagittarius.